So I just picked up the Scag V-Ride 2 and the Exmark Laser ZX series from the dealer. Let's get these in the shop and unloaded, and I'll let you know what the verdict was with the engines on these and the way they were running and where they're at now and what he did. Okay, so if you guys remember the other day, I told you that the Scag V-Ride 2 was making a horrible ticking noise, and the Exmark Laser Z was louder than I wanted it to be, but it wasn't that bad of a ticking noise. It did tick a little bit, but I've never mowed with this machine. Like I said, I mean, any of you guys have been following me for a period of time know that the deal with that machine is I traded the Walker B for it over the winter. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that video and you'll know everything I got, what the deal was, and you know, all the details about it, okay? But anyway, it's a little bit louder than I wanted it to be. So what I ended up doing when I dropped both these off at the dealer the other day, I told them to do a full hydro flush on both machines and to fix the ticking in this one and check out this one while they have it. They both have the same exact Kohler 25 horse EFI engines on them. So a lot of people commented on that video and said they had that same issue with theirs when with that same engine with under 300 hours, and all the dealerships, like 10 people contact me, all the dealerships end up replacing the engine on it. So that made me a little worried that that was going to have to happen with this one. So let me tell you what he did and how he did it. So what he ended up doing was, he said, and I explained this in the video the other day, but I also told you guys I didn't know what it meant. I'd never heard of it before, but he said he had to pump the lifters up and then, or the valves up, pump the valves up, and the sound would go away. So what he ended up doing is he pulls the spark plugs out, he puts compressed air through there, and because he says with these engines and these hydraulic lifters, what they do is over time, from sitting in the winter, they settle down and all the oil drains down from them and they stick. So what he does is he pulls the plugs out, he brings the mowers in the building, lets them warm up if they're not warm, lets them warm up for a couple days, and he pulls the plugs out, puts compressed air in there, and it pops them and it breaks them free, and then he changes the oil on them, and what that does is takes all the noise right away, and that's all you do, and everything's fine. No damage to the inside of the engine, no nothing. And he said that he understands why a lot of these shops are replacing engines, because it's the easy thing to do and it makes a lot of money for the shop, even if it's under warranty, because obviously the shop still bills out for that. So he says that he understands why a lot of them do it, but he said there's no need to do that. So in some cases I'm sure there is, but in this case there isn't a need for that. So that's all he does with them, and as you can tell, the Exmark is definitely running quieter than it did before, and the Scag is right back to how it was last summer when I was cutting with it, and it's running great, nice and smooth, and it's quiet. And the hydros on both of them are excellent. So big thank you to Steve over at Niagara Lawn and Garden and all the boys in the shop, Jeremy, Jason, for taking care of this for me. You guys know that I do most of my maintenance by myself, but I just don't have the time with everything going on. So big, huge thank you to those guys over there, and my machines are ready to go. So the other thing I mentioned, you guys, that I've been wanting to do, and I haven't been able to do because I haven't had my tools over here, I haven't had my compressor here, the air lines, any of that stuff. Now that I have all that over here, I can get it done. I need to change the rack situation around on this trailer. So now that everything's here, and now the trailer's back here, the mowers are back here, now it's time to get this done. So I'll show you guys the plan as of right now. These trimmer racks have to come off here. The reason being is I only have them bolted through. If you guys remember the video where I initially put these on that I made last year, I just bolt them straight through and straight through the side rail. I did that with both of them there. And the problem is this rack goes back and forth a lot. It moves. This one, not so much. It's a lot tighter for some reason. This one here moves a lot. So I want to get them off, plus they're way up high. So my plan is to take these two boxes, this one here and that one over there. I usually use one for the 2.5 can of the premix, and the other one usually holds the Milwaukee handheld blower in it. So I'm going to pull those off there, and those trimmer racks are going to go right across the front of the trailer right here. In order to do that, I have to move this backpack blower rack. It sticks out a little bit too far. It'll probably be okay where it's at, but I don't need both these boxes on here. These will eventually get switched out to green touch boxes, the green tote boxes that go on the sides of trailers or inside. That's what these will get switched out to. I lost the keys to these a couple years ago. I don't keep anything in them, just some oil and our comfort trim shin guards we wear. I keep oil in there. I keep the comfort trim shin guards, and that's pretty much it. Nothing major goes in there I really have to worry about, but I do want to keep some tools and stuff in there just in case I need them instead of keeping them in the truck all the time like I have been. So I need them to lock for that reason. So once I get the new ones, they're on back order. I tried to order some yesterday, and they're on back order till sometime in April. So that'll eventually get switched out. But this one here I don't need. I cleaned them both out the other day and got everything out of this one and consolidated it all to just this box. So this one's going to come off, and that's my other idea. I'm kind of trying to decide here whether I want to put the trimmer racks across the front and just move this backpack blower rack down a little bit. Or if I want to put the trimmer racks on the side right here and put both the backpack blower racks on the front. So I got some thinking to do, make that decision, and I'll let you guys know in a minute what I decide to do. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be my daily, everyday setup going into this season. Little bit of finagling. I didn't film me installing everything or switching everything around because to be honest with you, I had, I had the trimmer racks back here, and they were just mounted, straight in the side, just in the top rail right there. I couldn't remember how you mount the bottoms of them, and I have the bottom and the top mounted in my enclosed trailer, but those racks are gone. I gave those racks away to my buddy Ryan last year at the end of the year. But anyway, so I couldn't remember how those were, and I couldn't go out there and look at them, so I started Googling green touch trimmer racks, and you think that I would know how to do this, but I don't. And good thing I kept all the spare bolts, hardware, and everything from when I installed them before. So I Googled pictures of it, and then it was funny because while I was doing these, Brian Shane called me, and he wanted to talk to me about the Scag and to see if I got that fixed. And I'm talking to him, and I said, I couldn't remember how these racks mount. And he goes, well, I made a whole bunch of videos about that. And I said, yeah, where do you think I figured it out? It was pretty funny. But anyway, so I got those there now. Let's just talk about these racks, and we'll talk about the other stuff. So these racks are all mounted on here now. Nice and strong. They're not going anywhere. I don't have anything on the bottom one because I don't need to carry anything else there. That's why I got the 3-piece camo version to replace the 4-piece I had inside my enclosed trailer, and that's why I gave that other set to Ryan, because I don't need 4-piece. I need 2 trimmers and an edger. That's all I need to carry with me every day. So I do have another trimmer. I got the 2 111s on there. The 90 is on the wall back there. That's my backup. So I have the 111s on here. That's what Billy and I use every day. And then I have the edger, the FC91 edger. That's it. That's all I need every day. I don't need anything else. So why carry it with me? So that's why I'm replacing the one in the trailer with the 3-piece. But anyway, so I just kept the 4-piece on here. The bottom one's open. I can use it if I need to. I moved the trimmer string mount right over here. I have 2 5-pound coils of the Samurai 95 from Green Touch coming for that. I go through about 2 5-pound spools a year. So I got that coming. I had the 2 black boxes on here. You can kind of see where the other one was. I'll have to paint that up. But I had one there, one on the other side. I just moved it right to the middle. And I have the 2.5 gallon can in there. That's what I use those for. One of them held the 2.5 gallon, and the other one held the handheld Milwaukee. So I have the 2 backpacks here, the ones I carry with me every day. There's a 600 and there's a 700. Okay, so everything is here. Everything's tight. It's confined. It's exactly how I want it and how I need it. Everything is good to go for that. So it's a little bit of a tight fit, but this is how I have the mowers on here. So the 36 Hydro SWZT is sideways up in the front there. I have the Exmark Laser Z here and the Scag here. Now, a couple things. I'm probably going to switch those. It'll come down to how much I like that Exmark Laser Z and if I'll be using that more. If I had the Grandstand and the V-Ride on here, I would have even more room. This Exmark Laser Z is a little bit long. It's definitely longer than the Scag, and it's definitely longer than the Grandstand. So the way I have these on here, I had to put the Scag backwards, and I'll show you why. With putting the 36 is always going to stay up front because it gets used the least, so there's no point in taking this off every single time I get to a yard when I don't need it on every yard. So that one is going to stay up front there. As far as this goes here, I pulled the Scag on it first, but because of the mount for the bagging system, this big plate here, I was on far enough to where the front of the V-Ride 2 was touching the Exmark, but that plate, that mount there, was hanging back too far. I couldn't close the gate. So I backed it in so that I could put it here. Now, I suppose I could put the Scag on first and then pull the Exmark up to it because the front of the Exmark is lower than this mount. So I could just nose it right up under the bottom part of it and put everything on the same direction. So I still might do that. Here's my fuel cans. I'm missing my other one. I believe it's at my in-laws' house. So I have to get my other 5-gallon can for that. But this is going to be the setup. This is going to be what rolls out of here every day. The 05, the other truck, Billy's truck, the GMC, that one is going to be attached to this trailer. It's going to stay attached. I'll back this in every day and just leave it. And then I'll hop in this truck here, the new one, and head home. And that's how we're going to do it. Lock everything up behind it, leave it all inside. I won't have to unload these mowers every night. I won't have to unload the trimmers, the backpack blowers, none of that stuff. It'll all stay right on here, backed in, truck locked up. I'll lock up these racks anyway. And lock up all the doors, and on my way home I go. That's it. I wanted to get you guys some footage. I told you I was going to be changing these racks, and I wanted to show you how I changed them, what I was doing with them. I didn't want to film the whole thing. It was just a long process. I've been here since, I don't know, I think 9 o'clock this morning, and it is 12:54. So I've been here, you know, the first half of the day messing with that. I had to take all the racks off the trailer, to drill a bunch of new holes in different spots, and then mount these new ones on. I played with them back and forth. Like I said, I was going to put the trimmers across the front there. I played around with that idea. I really didn't like it. I like this better. This seems like it's going to work a lot better for us. I I don't have anything on the other side, and people have asked me this in the past. The reason I don't have anything on the other side is because that is the road side, and I don't want Billy going over there to put something up, maybe not paying attention, and get hit by a car. I don't want to be over there and get hit by a car. And you guys know we can put out 100 cones. It doesn't matter. People still drive like idiots, and you're always going to have that chance. So I like to keep everything that we use on this side. This side faces the yards. Obviously, some driveways I actually pull into or back into. That makes it nice, but that's just not the case with the majority of them. So the backpack blowers, you're in between the truck and the trailer getting them. You're not on the roadside. All the trimmers and the edgers, again, you're not on the roadside. You're on this side. So it keeps you out of traffic. Another big thing. There is that case, and even though these are green touch and everything locks, and Billy and I we each carry a set of keys on us, so if one of us needs to go back to the trailer and get something, we don't need anything from the other one. We can just get the key, or pull the key out, unlock it. We carry them on carabiners right on our belt loops every day, and that makes it nice and super simple for getting what we need. But there's always those times where you pull a trimmer off or something, or pull a mower off and go, and you forget to push the lock in to lock all the trimmers or lock the blowers. So with the stuff away from the road, that cuts down on the chance. When you have all your trimmers and stuff on the side that faces the road, makes it like a prime target. It's like prime picking for people. Just pull up, reach over, grab that thing, down the road they go from the passenger side of the car. I've watched so many videos and clips that people have posted with cameras set up where cars pull up, grab a trimmer or blower, and away they go. In almost every single one of those videos I've seen, the trimmers or the blowers are mounted on the road side of the trailer. Almost every single video. So this also cuts down on that. You're not going to stop thieves. They're going to do what they're going to do, but you're reducing the chance. You're not providing them the opportunity. You know, when you stick everything over on that other side, that just, thieves see that as prime picking. I mean, it's like a neon sign for them. So I keep everything away. If they're going to steal it, I want to make it harder on them. I want them to have to get out of the car to go around the trailer to try to get it. That gives me a better chance of getting to them before they get away. Coroner would be the first call, I guess. That would be the easiest way to explain it. But anyway, so it keeps everything on this side. So that's what I'm doing here, guys. That's the setup for rolling on every day. I kind of made like 3 setup videos for this year, but there's just stuff I had to do, and I told you along the way, this is what I'm doing, and changes I had to make. So this is what it's going to be going into the season, and we're ready to rock, Doc. So that's it. We're ready to roll out. Monday starts. Today is Friday. Monday starts our cleanups. Billy's not really going to be with me the first 3 days. He's at home on Mondays, and he has to be logged online. He has a half a day on Mondays, and Tuesday and Wednesday he's in school. Thursday and Friday's off. So it's going to be like that until the end of the school year, which in our area, I believe it's like the second week of June, maybe the third week of June before he's out. So that's the case with that. But Monday starts cleanups. I have 13 cleanups lined up now I have to do. And I have 4 aerating, overseeding, and fertilizing jobs that I have to do. And then I have like 7 mulch jobs lined up. So everything's easily done by myself. I don't need help. I can get through all that. I can even do the mulch by myself, but I will save those jobs for when I have Billy. It just goes a lot faster, and it's a lot easier. But that'll be it, and that's where we're at right now. I probably will not put up any more videos till Monday. I will film the work that I do, and we will get this season kicked off. And then within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, I'd say we're going to be mowing. Usually it's the 3rd to 4th week in April in my area before we start mowing. Last year we were mowing the first week of April, so I don't know. It's going to be early this year, too. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it's not going to be as early. We're definitely not going to be cutting the first week of April. But it won't be very long after that. So that's it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, share as always, everywhere and anywhere. And like this video or dislike it, whatever you want to do. And you guys have a great weekend, and we will catch you guys in the next one.